A second.
But I didn't know. So you went down.
Yeah, now a lot of that, what I would do is I'd talk to people. I would call Mike's.
No, I was looking why you would. No, that's what
I've been with them, worked with them. You have a lot of people that are paying what you want to do. What's your
No, I mean, I know.
And then they've got target. We have about 12 to 15 different publications.
Hey, Miss Hop. Where's it going? What are you doing here? What do you want?
Is it true that your clerk, Walter Watt, walked out on you? Is it true, huh, Miss Hop?
Yes, it's true. But how did you find out about it?
Oh, one of my own spies told me about it. He just walked out of here.
Never mind. We won't go into that, Missy.
Why not? Before he left, your clerk told everybody he was going to leave on account he wanted to get paid for his work.
The very idea there isn't a word of truth to that gossip.
There ain't? Then you mean you're going to get a new clerk?
Why, I haven't really thought about it. There hasn't been time.
That means you can't afford a new clerk, don't it?
Nothing of the kind, and I can't see it's any affair of yours anyway.
Look, Miss Hop, you don't have to worry about getting a new clerk.
What do you mean? Why don't I?
I'll let you know a little secret.
A secret? What is it?
I'm your new clerk!
You?
Why not? My folks have a cottage here on the lake. I've got nothing else to do this summer, so I might as well help you out. I won't expect a regular salary.
You won't?
Nope, I'm willing to work for the experience.
Well, I don't know.
What have you got to lose? You've only got 2 guests staying here, and unless things pick up, you're going to have to close down this shebang anyhow.
Oh, that's true. I simply can't go on like this. Wait, what am I saying? How did you find out about all this?
It's the business of a good hotel clerk to know what's going on.
Now, see here.
I'm hired. You won't be sorry, Miss Hop.
You take my breath away, child. What will your mom say to all this?
She won't care. She's too busy battling with my Hop.
Well, I suppose it won't do any harm to try it out for a day or two.
Good. I'll start it on the lobby. It looks like a cyclone struck it.
That's because we never could get that Walter Watt to do anything. He's the laziest boy I've ever seen.
What have we here? A new guest? Are your folks here with you, my dear?
And guest, I'm the new clerk.
The new clerk? But what happened to Walter Watt?
He walked out on the job. I'm taking his place.
He left here without paying me the money he owes me? Oh, the ungrateful toad.
Did you lend Walter some money, Madam Zola?
He promised that if I told his fortune that he would pay me today, and now he's gone. Oh.
You must be that lady fortune teller who's stopping here, huh?
I am the 7th daughter of a 7th daughter. I foretell the future.
Well, don't let it get you down. Things can't get any worse, so they'll have to get better.
I can't believe that ungrateful Walter Watt. If I had known he was going to do this to me, I would have told him such a bright future.
What did you tell Walter, Madam Zola?
I told him that there was a new job waiting for him. He was willing to pull up stakes and leave here.
Oh, I might have known I had you to thank for losing my clerk.
Well, he was going to leave anyway. He said that he was tired of slaving here without ever getting paid.
He told you that?
Well, that's not all he told you. He said that if he stayed here, it would be his finish.
What do you mean by that, madam?
He couldn't take any more of Miss Hop's cooking.
Oh, I'm glad that shiftless boy left. I've had nothing but bad luck since he landed here.
Well, I'm going to go out to the lobby, and you two can put me on a pant and tear me to pieces.
Something tells me I'm not going to like that girl.
Well, don't worry. She probably won't be here long. I'm going to have to close up shop any day now. When I think of all the money I've put into this place, it makes me want to cry.
Oh, you mustn't cry, Miss Hop. It's bad for my asthma.
What?
My doctor informs me that I must breathe in nothing but dry air.
If I lose this place, I'll be a lot sicker than you are.
You're not going to have to leave here, don't you? Remember what I told you yesterday?
You pay much attention. I don't believe in fortune tellers.
Well, I agree with you that most of them are a complete waste of time. It is rare indeed to meet a person with and abilities.
Have you ever told any of your clients anything that ever came true?
My dear Miss Hunt, Haven't I ever shown you my printed testimonials? In every case, my former clients assure me that I am terrific.
You know, it must have cost you a great deal of money to have that stuff printed.
Let us take your case. When I read your palm yesterday, I saw great things in store for you.
I know, but nothing has panned out the way you said it would.
It most certainly did. Didn't you take in a new guest right after I told your fortune?
Forgotten all about that young man.
Which room did the new guest take?
He took that room there. The cheapest room in the end.
Well, I wish you would present it to me. I want to read his palm.
Oh, he isn't in now, and I don't trust him. Yesterday, when I asked him for some money in advance, he made up some cock and bull story and told me he'd pay today.
Well, did he keep his promise?
He did not, and he stayed away from the inn all day just to avoid me. I know that trick.
Well, don't worry, my dear. I'm sure he'll give you some money today.
Well, unless he does, he'll not stay here another 24 hours. I've made up my mind to that. I'll just order him out of here.
Oh, what does this young man look like?
Well, not bad looking, I'll give him that. He's quite young, too.
Oh, you make him sound thrilling. I can hardly wait to meet him. Oh dear. I heard another spell of my asthma.
Look, if you see that young man around here, Madame Zola, let me know. I'll be out in the kitchen.
All right, my dear. Oh, and do try up. There's a new ahead of you.
Romance for me, fiddlesticks. I'm too old for such things.
A woman is never too old to fall in love, my dear. Why, I just read recently a woman married a man in his 20s, and she was 80 years of age.
Well, I'll have you know that I'm not 80.
That's what I mean, dear. You still have hope.
Oh! Excuse me.
Oh, you frightened me. I wasn't expecting a man.
Well, it's not a man. I mean, it's only me.
You must be the new guest here.
Yes, my room is down the hall.
I am Madame Zola. I am the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter.
Well, it doesn't show.
What?
I mean, I'm very glad to meet you.
Oh, I can tell that you and I are kindred spirits, dear boy. Won't you tell me your name?
Oh, yes, of course. Right as well.
Well, go ahead. I'm waiting.
You are? For what?
For you to tell me your name, of course.
Oh, but I just told you.
You have? Well, would you be...
Yes, of course. Right as well.
Might as well what?
Well, there's no what to it. Just Dwight as well.
Would you please stop saying might as well and tell me your name?
Well, I didn't say might as well. My first name is Dwight.
Your last name is as well.
Yes, it's been my name ever since I was born.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to be able to tell you many interesting things about your future, dear boy.
Must you?
Don't you want me to tell your fortune?
Well, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather you didn't.
But why?
Well, things are bad enough around here without being told that even worse things are about to happen.
You're not in trouble with the law, are you?
Oh, I don't think so.
You mean you don't know?
Well, yes, of course I know. I'm in trouble, but not with the law.
Oh, well, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
You're glad to hear that I'm in trouble?
No, glad to hear that the law isn't after you. So, who is the girl?
Which girl?
You mean there's more than one?
Oh, well, in this case, one is more than enough.
I'll find out all about that when I read your poem. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, Miss Hop is looking for you.
Oh, as if I didn't know she would be.
Well, you know, she's taken quite a fancy to you.
What?
Well, she thinks you're ever so good looking. and very attractive.
I never dreamed she cared.
Well, that's what she told me about you.
Well, then you don't suppose she'll ask me to leave here? Well, when I tell her I haven't any money, well, it'll certainly be a relief to know that.
Young man, I want to see you.
You do?
Oh dear, my asthma's getting me. I must go to my room and take my pills.
Well, do you wish to give me some money today?
Well, I certainly wish to, all right.
What does that mean?
Well, it means I'd like to, but I can't.
Young man, is this the first time that you stopped at a place like this?
It certainly is.
I thought so. This is the first time you've been away from home.
Oh, no, but I've always stopped at good hotels before.
What?
Oh, but I mean, I've never stopped at this particular inn before.
Look, when you registered here yesterday, I told you that I always demand money in advance.
And I told you that that was all right with me.
So, I insist that you hand some money over right now.
You do?
Look, are you going to pay me or aren't you?
Look, you'll get your money all right. You just have to be a little patient.
What right did you have to register here when you didn't have any money?
I did have money when I registered.
A likely story. And I suppose you would like me to believe that you've spent all your money since you've been here.
I'm not trying to tell you anything like that.
Oh, wait. Let me see. All your money was in your wallet and you've lost your wallet.
How did you know that? And I thought that other female was the fortune teller, not you.
I knew you'd pull some kind of story on me. I've met your kind before.
But
Oh, save your breath. I don't believe you ever even owned a wallet.
Well, I most certainly did. Well, I'd have shown it to you if I hadn't have lost it.
Well, is there any chance you could have mislaid it in your room?
Oh, not a chance.
No, I thought so.
Well, the truth is, I'm not really sure whether I lost the wallet or if someone stole it out of my pocket.
Well, look, let's forget about the wallet.
Well, I suppose I'll have to, but well, I was rather fond of it, for sentimental reasons.
I said, let's forget about the wallet. Let's talk about something else.
A splendid idea. What do you suggest we talk about?
My money. Where's it coming from?
You don't have to worry about that. It's been taken care of.
Oh, it has.
Well, yes. Well, you see, last night I decided I needed more money than I had with me, so I wired a pal who owes me money. He's going to send it here.
And if it doesn't get here,
Well, but it has to. It's plain to see you don't know my pal.
it's plain to see you don't know how badly I need the money or expect to stay in business.
Well, as bad as that?
The last young man that occupied your room piled up a bill of over $100 and he skipped out without paying me. Seems he lost his wallet too.
Well, nothing like that is going to happen here as far as I'm concerned. Well, you'll have your money before dinner this evening.
Well, unless I get it, I guarantee you'll get no dinner tonight. You'll have had your last meal here.
Well, they say every cloud has a silver lining.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, every time I think of the food here, I lose my appetite.
What?
Well, I mean, I must be suffering from indigestion, Mrs. Hop.
I am Miss Hop. I want you to understand that I am not married.
You ought to know.
Remember, unless I get some money before this evening, I shall have to ask you to vacate your room, and that is final.
Oh, I'm so good looking, and all the girls love me. Hey.
Well, Dwight Aswell.
Jonah? Jonah Jackson? What are you doing here?
Well, didn't you expect me to turn up here?
Well, I certainly did not.
Well, you might have known that when I got your wire, I'd drop everything and come to your rescue.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't.
What? Dwight, what's wrong with you? Why are you so upset?
Well, everything has gone wrong for me lately, and what having you here is the crowning blow.
Wait a minute. I don't understand. You wired me for help, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I wired you for money.
Well, that's why I'm here.
You mean you brought the money, Gomi? Oh, that's it, of course. And instead of sending it to me, you brought it here in person, right?
Not exactly.
You mean you haven't any money at all?
Well, the truth is, Dwight, I'm not what you'd call rolling in funds.
Why, I should have known I could never trust you for money.
Well, I'm glad I'm not like you. I never think about money.
Well, that's because you never had any.
Well, it seems to me that I get along as well as the next one.
That's because you're always borrowing it from the next one. Look, hasn't it ever occurred to you to work for a living?
Once.
That was the time I begged my father to give you a job. Well, I should have known you wouldn't make good.
Look here, Dwight. If you are so crazy about your father, why did you run out on him?
I did no such thing.
You did too. You came here because your father insisted that you marry the girl that he selected for you.
Well, I'm beginning to think that I should have stayed home and married Malvina. If I'd have done that, I wouldn't be in the fix that I'm in now.
Well, what fix are you in, Dwight, aside from the fact that you don't have any money?
Besides the fact that I'm stranded here without any money, well, I've got you on my hands, and what could be worse?
Oh, brother. Stop beefing, Dwight. You can always call home to Daddy and ask him to send you your fare home. I'm sure he'd be glad to oblige you.
Oh, that's just what I'll do. Why didn't I think of doing that myself?
Because you've always needed me to do your thinking for you, Dwight, that's why.
And every time you do think for me, I get into a peck of trouble.
Before you decide to telephone home to your father, Dwight, I'd advise you to think of what that'll mean.
Well, I don't get you.
Look, buddy, you are not fooling me. I am wise to why you didn't want to marry Malvina.
You're all wrong as usual. Well, I've got nothing against Malvina.
Oh, no?
Well, no, she's a fine girl. I'm sure she'll make an excellent wife.
You mean for some other boy?
Well, stop putting words into my mouth. Why is it that you think I don't want to get married?
Oh, I'm sure that one of the reasons is, Dwight, that you hope to have a little fun before you settle down and get married, right?
Now you're becoming more ridiculous than usual.
Well, I can name 5 reasons why you don't want to marry Malvina.
Well, I defy you to name one of them.
I can name all 5 in one breath. Malvina's mother.
You win.
I know. That's right, Dwight. If you go home now, you'll have to toe the mark. You'll marry Malvina, and her mother will move in with you.
I can't take it, Jonah. I'd rather die.
Yeah, I figured all this out when I got your wire, Dwight. That's why I decided to come here and help you.
You can't help me, Jonah. Nobody can help me. You don't know the situation here.
Look, don't be so pessimistic, Dwight. You have a room, haven't you?
Yes, my room is down the hall.
You mean that's our room down the hall? You and I are going to double up.
Oh, no, Jonah, you can't join me here. Mrs. Hobb, the owner of this inn, is down on me right now. When she finds out that you've joined me, she'll have you thrown out.
So what? I've been thrown out of better joints than this.
Well, what excuse do you suppose we give Miss Hobb about not having any money?
Look, Dwight, you don't need an excuse.
I don't?
No, look, you just leave this female Shylock to me. I'll handle it.
Well, do you think you can?
Oh, hey, look, I'll just feed her a few of my usual lines and she'll be eating out of my hand.
Don't get you eating to me, Jonah. I'm about to die of starvation.
So food that bad here, huh?
Oh, words fail me. I'm speechless about the food here.
Good. See that you stay that way. From now on, let me do the talking for both of us.
I don't think that's a very wise way.
I am starving. Is there a kitchen around here?
Oh, no, you can't do that, Jonah. Miss Hop might find out. I'm sure she wouldn't like it.
Look, who cares what Miss Hop would like? Can't you realize that I'm here?
I realize it, but I don't seem to be able to do anything about it.
Look, Dwight, I am starving. Where's the kitchen?
All right.
Just this way, miss.
So, this is Hop In, huh? It should be called Hop Out.
Is that your sister with you? I mean, the pretty one?
Of course she's my sister. You saw us sign the register. Didn't you notice we both had the same last name?
Well, my mother and I have the same last name, but we're not sisters.
Now, aren't you great? Does your mother own this shebang?
No, she's too busy battling with my pop.
Yours must be a very happy life. Sounds ideal. Have you seen our rooms, June?
Not yet. Did that taxi driver bring our luggage inside?
Oh, yes. The bags are in the lobby. The bellboy can bring them to us as soon as we're settled.
We ain't got a bellboy here.
You have rooms for us, haven't you?
You mean you two want separate rooms?
That's just what I mean.
But you two are sisters, so why would you want separate rooms? Oh, I get it. You two ain't on speaking terms, huh?
Gracie Cohen, what are you up to now?
Nothing, just making these guests feel at home. They're sisters.
They ain't on speaking terms. Are you in charge here?
Yes, I'm Miss Hawk, the owner of the inn.
Well, it certainly is a relief not to have to do business with this juvenile.
I'll have you know that
Tracy, I don't want to hear another word out of you now. Go out to the lobby and continue with your work.
I'm June Bauer, and this is my sister May. How do you do?
Well, I'm pleased to have you here, and I'll do my best to make you comfortable. Would you two like to tell me what your quarrel is about?
My sister and I never quarrel. That ridiculous girl of yours thought that we were on the outs because I said May and I want separate rooms.
Well, I'll be happy to give you separate rooms if you like, but I just happen to have a suite of rooms vacant. It's a rather large suite, and I'm sure you'd appreciate having it.
Sweet, I love that, Ginny. Sounds fine to me.
Great. You young ladies just rest here. I'll go make sure everything's in order.
I presume that the suite will be very expensive. Do you think we ought to take it?
We haven't had a vacation in years, and I say the sky's the limit. I'm not even going to think about expenses on this trip.
Oh, I still can't believe we managed to get away from Aunt Bertine. It's the first time in our lives that she hasn't been with us.
Isn't it wonderful? I feel like a different person already.
And to think, if Aunt Bertine hadn't fallen and hurt her wrist, we wouldn't be having this wonderful vacation.
I'm going to do my best to forget that Aunt Bertine even exists.
You don't suppose there's any way that Auntie can find out about April, do you?
There's not a chance in the world of that happening.
By the time Aunt Bertine does find out that our sister April ran away with her boyfriend and married him, she won't be able to do a thing about it.
We have finally triumphed over Aunt Bertine. She won't be able to ruin April's chances the way she did mine.
You mean the time that boy you were so crazy about proposed to you, and Auntie wouldn't even let you speak to him?
You know that's what I mean. Just because Aunt Bertine dislikes all males, she won't allow us to have anything to do with them.
I wonder what it would be like to carry on a conversation with a boy.
Sister dear, this is your opportunity to find out. You may speak to as many boys as you like, now that we're alone here.
But I don't suppose I'll be able to say much to a boy, never having associated with one. If a boy should speak to me, I'd probably be tongue-tied.
In that case, you can turn him over to me.
Do you suppose April will get in touch with us while she's on her honeymoon?
Of course we'll hear from her. She knows where we are.
Isn't it thrilling to know that while Auntie thinks the three of us are together, April's off on her honeymoon?
It certainly is. You realize what April's marriage is going to mean to us, don't you?
Well, what do you mean, Judy?
I mean that April's marriage will put an end to the Bauer sisters as a singing act.
Do you think it will?
It's bound to. We have established a reputation as the three Bauer sisters. We won't be able to establish any bookings without April.
Well, I'm not at all sure that you're right, Judy. Aunt Bertine might decide to hire some strange girl to take April's place in our act.
She might try, but she'd never succeed. Can you imagine any strange girl putting up with Aunt Bertine's eccentricities? The first time our aunt tried to tell a strange girl not to have a conversation with the boy, said the strange girl would walk out and leave the act flat.
But Aunt Bertine might be able to find some girl who dislikes males as much as she does.
Not a chance. I'm happy to say that Aunt Bertine is the only female I have ever encountered who is at war with the entire male population.
It's too bad your life had to be messed up, Judy.
Don't worry about me, I'll be all right. It's you I'm worried about.
Me?
Yes, I want you to meet some wonderful boy, fall in love, and get married. That's why I was so anxious to get you away from Aunt Bertine's domination, if only for a short while.
Oh, but suppose I don't meet any boys. Or if I do, I might not appeal to them.
Don't be silly, kittens. With your looks and my brains, I'm sure we can make everything turn out right for you.
It will seem strange not to sing anymore, won't it?
Who says you have to stop singing? As soon as you're married, you can start singing lullabies.
But what if the man I marry doesn't like listening to lullabies?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, kittens.
The suite is ready if you young ladies would like to step in and look it over.
Come along, May.
those are mighty tasty sandwiches I just put together, if I do say so myself. Dwight, you don't need mustard on my face. Will you stop it? Now look, remember what I told you. When we see Miss Hop, put a zipper on your mouth and keep it there. Let me do the talking, all right?
Where's Miss Hop? Oh, you're new here, ain't you?
Girl. Go and find the lady in charge here and tell her that Mr. Jackson has arrived. I'm a very busy man and I don't have any time to waste, so make it quick.
You mean you ain't gonna stay here?
Look, do you want the truth or an argument?
Well, I was just asking.
Well, don't ask.
Well, go find Mrs. Hop.
Well, Mr. Aswell, you received your money yet?
Well, I want to meet a friend of mine, Mr. Jackson, Mrs. Hop.
How do you do, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, delighted to meet you, Miss Hop. It's only natural that a charming inn such as this one should have such a beautiful owner.
Well, will you be staying with us for long, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, no, he has to be leaving almost at once.
I did have to leave almost at once. That was before I met this dear lady here. You have heard the course, Miss Hop. Then again, who hasn't? The name is Jackson. Jonah Jackson.
No, your name isn't familiar to me.
Such is fame. Miss Hop, I'm the head of a very important movie studio. Of course, you have heard of De Facto Pictures, haven't you?
So, yes, I'm sure I've heard that name someplace.
As who hasn't? We're known all over the world, Miss Hop. Our motto is that when better pictures are made, we'll make them.
And you own the De Facto company?
Miss Hop, what you are to this lovely inn here, I am to De Facto. In other words, I am the works.
Well, are you here on business for your company?
Actually, I came here to see Aswell, to convince him to let us have his next story.
I didn't know Mr. Aswell was a writer.
No. No, Dwight's never told anybody that. Have you, Dwight?
No.
He's so modest. Love this guy, yeah. Never know that he had the brains of a successful author, now would you?
You mean he's actually sold stories to your studio?
Miss Hop, hey, I'll admit it, he's expensive. But we are willing to pay what he asks to get surefire attractions for our studio.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Mr. Jackson. I was afraid for fear that Mr. Aswell wasn't going to be able to pay for his keep here. Wasn't that silly of me?
If she only knew. Well, I'll have to tell that to the boys and I return home to the studio. They'll be sure to get a bang out of it.
I hope that you'll forgive me, Mr. Aswell. Money is so very important to a woman in my position.
Well, then perhaps, Miss Hop, you'd be interested in hearing a little plan of mine.
Oh, well, do tell me what you have in mind.
It's kind of special, you know. You see, one of the objectives of my little trip here was to find a suitable location for my next picture. Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's quite simple. You see, I may decide to bring my movie studio here to Hop Inn. You see, from what I've seen in this place, it looks like an ideal place for us to work at.
You mean you'd film my inn and put it in one of your movies?
That's right, Miss Hop. How does the idea strike you?
Well, you would be willing to pay me for the use of my inn, wouldn't you?
Oh, well, we couldn't get more than $100 a day for the use of Hop Inn.
$100 a day? Why, that would be simply wonderful. How many days would you be using the inn?
Well, I couldn't say for sure, you know. A lot would depend on the director, but by the way, Miss Hop, wow! Have you ever been tested?
Tested?
Yes. Tested. I think you're photogenic.
Oh, no, Methodist.
No, what I mean is your face. It's so unusual. Yeah. Never seen a face like that. Most unusual. Don't you think so, Dwight?
Yes, most unusual.
We may be able to give you a part in our next film.
Oh, well, I could sure use the extra money.
Great, we'll keep you in mind when we start casting.
Well, since you'll be making your picture here, wouldn't you like to see the countryside?
Oh, what a splendid idea.
Well, I just rented out my best suite, but I could give you a room that you would be comfortable coming, I'm sure.
Well, thanks a lot, Miss Hop, but if I decide to stay overnight, I'll just bunk up with Dwight here.
Well, whatever you say, but you simply must be my guest. We've never had an important man like you here at the inn before.
I'll bet. Well, perhaps I should sign the register now.
We're in the money.
Oh, brother. We're in.
Do you think so?
What do you mean, do I think so? I told you to leave things to me, didn't I? Hey.
Well, suppose Miss Hop finds out that there isn't any de facto moving picture company. Oh, and that you made up the whole tale.
Dwight, relax, okay? Look, this Hop dame is so dumb that she thinks that when Madame Butterfly was a child, she was a caterpillar. Hey, relax.
Well, I still say that we ought to get out of here while the getting's good.
Oh, look, Dwight, you can leave anytime you want to. I'm having a blast. I'm staying right here.
I just hope Miss Hop doesn't discover the trick you've played on her.
Dwight, look, trust me, okay? This Hop dame, in a few days, will be so taken back by moi that she'll offer to give me her inn as a gift.
Oh, Miss Hop, we need a drinking glass for water. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Miss Hop.
No, I've never been Miss Anybody. I'm a man.
I see that now.
Oh, it's you!
You mean you've seen me before?
For years. Oh, you've been the one girl in all of my dreams.
You mustn't say such things to me.
Why not? It's true. Oh, you're not married or engaged or anything like that, are you?
Of course not. You're the first boy I've ever spoken to.
I don't believe it. Oh, but I love hearing it. Tell me more.
There isn't anything to tell. My sister and I are spending our vacation here.
It was fate that brought me here. Oh, but you and I were destined to meet.
You're a very peculiar boy, Mr.
Oh, my name is Dwight.
Oh, Dwight. What a pretty name.
Say it again. Will you? Please?
Dwight.
It's never sounded the way it does when you say it. Oh, what is your name?
My name is May.
May. Oh, how it fits you. Oh, you make me think of spring flowers and all sorts of poetic things.
Well, I'll have to leave you now. My sister will think that I'm lost.
Before you go, promise me one thing.
And that all depends on what it is.
Well, promise me you'll take a walk with me this evening.
I'll have to talk it over with my sister first.
I'll be waiting right here for you at 7, and I'll hire a golden chariot to drive you around me, if you like. May.
No, I enjoy walking.
Then it's a date?
Perhaps. We'll see.
Jonah!
Dwight!
Oh,
Right.
I gotta get a roll of folding money right away.
Right. Well, stop acting like such a goon, you goon. You don't need any money. What are you talking about, Dwight?
Don't I though? Hey, well, can you tell me where I can buy a big diamond engagement ring and go on a long honeymoon without any money?
What? Have you lost your mind, Dwight?
No, just my heart. Hey, wait till you meet my dream girl. Oh, she's beautiful, wonderful, smart, intelligent. Stop raving, Dwight.
Where did you meet this girl?
Right here. Well, just a few minutes ago. We're going to get married as soon as I can get some money.
That's a good idea. Did you find out what the girl's name is?
Oh, of course. It's May. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, May.
Oh my, stop my beating heart. Oh my goodness. Name what?
Well, I don't know. I forgot to ask her.
Right, Dwight, how are you gonna marry the girl if you don't know her last name?
Well, I'll ask her name when we go for the marriage license.
Another good idea, great idea. I think you're crazy.
Well, I'm so crazy I can shout for joy.
Frisco, wake up this instant. You hear?
What's the matter? Is there a fire someplace?
What do you mean by falling asleep in the middle of afternoon.
I always like to take little kids every afternoon.
Well, if you want to sleep, do it at home. You'll do no sleeping on my time.
You never sleep at home. Mama and Papa are too noisy babbling.
Have you seen Mr. Aswell this afternoon?
Sure have. He's out with his dream girl.
Oh, well, do you know where they went?
Nope. When they come back, I'll ask them where they've been and tell them you want us to know.
I absolutely forbid you to do anything at this point.
That's what I like about you, Miss Hawk. You ain't a bit nosy.
I should say I'm not. I'm not interested in anyone's affairs but my own.
I can tell you something to give your eye teeth to hear about me and our Mr. Aswell.
Tracy, when I was a little girl, my mother told me never to listen to gossip. Listening to tales about others is a foul practice. Foul. And one I hardly disapprove of. Oh. What do you know about Mr. Aswell and Maybauer?
They went for a walk last night and I followed them.
You didn't.
I did. They went for a walk by the lake, and so when they sat down on the bench, I hid behind it and heard every word they said.
Oh my gosh, well what did he say? What did he say?
That apple color goes over Maybauer like nothing. Reminds me of an egg you're making love to an omelet.
I've never heard that. Well, just what did he say? What did he say?
He spoke to her about getting married.
You mean Mr. Aswell came right out and asked Miss Bauer to marry him?
No, that ain't what I mean at all.
But you just said.
I know what I said. He didn't come out and ask her to marry him. He just said that she was going to marry him sooner than soon.
And what did she say to that?
Oh, this is so sudden.
I don't know what to make of all this. Oh, is Miss Bauer going to marry Mr. Aswell, do you think?
You can just bet she will. What a line that gal has.
What do you mean?
That Aswell feller is a sight of first water. Why, he is so crazy about Maybauer that she has got him believing that he's the first feller she's ever gone out with.
No.
Yes, I tell you, it's like nothing I've seen before, the way she's got Aswell hooked.
Tracy, you shouldn't be talking about the guests. No good will come out of it. I want you to go out to the lobby where you belong and see that you stay there.
Well, that's the last time I tell you anything.
Oh my gosh. I better go make something for dinner or we won't have anything to eat this evening.
There won't be anyhow. Anything that's suitable to eat.
What?
Oh, well, Madam, where have you been?
I've been out in the garden, my dear. Are the two lovebirds back yet?
Nope, not yet. She's still giving him that line of hers continued from last night.
I see a marriage here.
Really? How can you tell?
I'm not the seventh daughter for nothing, you know.
Now we're going into that routine again, aren't we?
As a matter of fact, I see several marriages being arranged here in the very near future.
Really? Does that mean you have a husband for yourself?
Alas, no, I don't figure into any of these romances. I can't understand why he hasn't made a man for me.
For you, huh?
I just don't understand it when I know he's made a man for every other woman I know.
Well, you're probably just maladjusted.
Why, I'm not doing such thing.
Well, I'm going to go out to the lobby. If I can get enough tips, I'm going to let you tell my fortune.
Hello, Madam. Madam.
I'm Madame Zola. I've often wondered what you girls look like in person.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
I've been hearing you on the radio for years. I'm one of your fans.
Well, thank you. We're not on the air anymore, you know.
I know. And I've missed hearing you. Just think, you could put on a concert here, we could charge admission, and give the proceeds to charity.
I'm afraid that would be impossible.
You would, but why?
Well, I'd rather not go into that right now, if you don't mind.
Just think the crowds that would come here if we told them that the three famous Bauer sisters were performing here. Why, they would come from far and near.
But there are only two of us here.
Only two of you? Where's your other sister, the third one?
Well, April couldn't get away at this time.
Couldn't get away, but I always understood understood that you sisters were never separated, that you always traveled together.
Well, we always have. But you see, our aunt met with an accident, and that's why April couldn't come here with us.
Ah, and your aunt is being taken care of by your sister, I presume.
Something like that.
Well, I hope your aunt gets better sooner than soon and then can join you here immediately.
I hope not.
What?
I mean that I don't think my aunt would like it here. Yes, that's it. You see, my aunt, she likes to keep very busy, and she can't endure peace and quiet.
Your aunt must be a most unusual woman. Don't you think so?
You are remarkable, Madame Zola. It's as though you could read my mind.
Actually, it's your palm I want to read. Oh, dear, it's a little cloudy.
You mean you want to tell my fortune?
Of course. I want to see how your sister's romance comes out.
How did you find out about April's romance?
Well, I was speaking about May. Is Miss April involved in a romance as well?
Oh, you must mean about May's meeting with Dwight as well, don't you?
That boy is simply off his trolley about your sister.
Well, I wouldn't want her to take him seriously if he is off his trolley. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to excuse me now, Madame Zola. I have a letter to write.
Wow. Fantastic. Oh, hello, madam. What's new in the woodwork?
You have such a wonderful sense of humor.
Oh, you've noticed that too, huh?
Of course, I notice things that other people never notice.
On the level.
Of course I'm on the level. I'm a legitimate fortune teller.
No kidding.
You know what? I can tell you something about your friend's wife.
Really? Love to hear it.
Well, he is going to marry May Bauer.
You mean they're in love? Gall, you're smart! Well, it certainly took a genius to see that, madam. Now I know you're a good fortune teller.
Oh, my dear boy, you make me feel as though I've known you all my life.
That's impossible. I haven't lived that long.
I'm looking forward to your company. Come here.
Madam, are you engaged to be married or something like that?
Alas, no. In that respect, I'm like a shotgun.
You're like a shotgun. Really.
Yes, I am like a shotgun because I'm loaded with affection and no place to shoot it.
Oh, brother. Madam, have you met May Bauer's older sister, you know?
If you mean June Bauer, I'm not very fond of her.
You're not. How come?
She gives me the impression that she's trying to conceal something. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, hey, you bet I do. You think she's got false teeth and doesn't want anybody to know about it, right?
Let's not talk about June Bauer. I want to talk about us.
What about us?
Well, I think that would be most invaluable to you in your motion picture industry.
Oh, you think you could, huh? That's nice.
Yes, by reading your poem and studying it very carefully, I could tell you all about yourself.
Oh, thanks a lot for that, Sal. Look, madam, I know enough about myself as it is, and I'll let you in on a little secret, okay?
And what is that?
You promise not to tell anybody what I'm about to tell you.
I promise, of course.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, boy. Madam, I'm thinking about retiring from the movie industry.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes.
What a blow that would be to Hollywood.
Well, I'm not getting any younger, you know, and I want to find the sweet girl of my dreams and settle down. How does that sound to you?
That sounds positively thrilling. I knew I had you cataloged correctly. You're a romanticist at heart.
You're so right.
Mr. Jackson, what type of girl are you looking for?
Look, madam, I don't care what type she is, as long as she's got a bankroll to choke a horse, okay?
Well, just let me hold your hand and I'll read your fortune.
Right now, I'm just a little busy, and so I have a lot on my mind. You know?
I hope I'm interrupting something.
What do you want, Tracy?
There's a gal in the lobby to see Dwight Ashwell.
Wait a second, there's a gal here to see Dwight. Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, what does the girl look like, Tracy?
Like a girl.
Well, get rid of her. Now.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
Tracy, I don't care how you do it. Just get rid of her, okay?
Do my best.
I wasn't aware that Mr. Aswell knew anyone around here.
Trust me, madam, there must be some mistake. Dwight doesn't know any girls here.
Has Mr. Aswell returned with my sister yet?
Well, hello, June. How you doing? No, he hasn't, actually. But trust me, your sister is in good hands with Dwight.
Is that your way of telling me that Mr. Aswell has had a lot of experience with girls?
Hey, perish the thought. Look, Dwight doesn't know any girls, and I'm sure that May is the first girl that he has ever been interested in.
Oh, and I have only your word for that, of course.
Well, sweetie, when you get to know me a little bit better, you'll find out that I'm always a truthful kind of guy. Hey, would you like to take a walk with me?
No thanks, I think I'll wait here for May.
I hope I'm not intruding.
Well, no, hello. Are you a new guest here at the Inn, miss?
Oh no, I have a boyfriend staying at the inn.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Isn't Dwight in?
What?
Dwight Aswell. I'm so anxious to see him again. He's really a darling.
Oh?
What's the matter? Did I say something that I shouldn't have?
No, of course not. Have you known Dwight for a long time?
Oh, I've known Dwight for ages and ages. I can't remember a time I didn't know Dwight. He's always been my hero.
How very interesting.
Isn't Dwight in?
No, he's out, as a matter of fact.
That's what the clerk at the desk told me. But I wanted to make sure that he wasn't in.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Leave me your name, and I'll make sure that Dwight...
That's okay. I think I'll wait for Dwight.
No, you mustn't.
What?
I mean, hey, you shouldn't let us, keep you here if you've got something important to attend to.
No, there's no telling when Mr. Aswell will return.
No.
Well, I suppose I could drop in later.
Right. Won't you tell me your name, miss?
My name?
Yeah, folks call you something, don't they?
Oh, yeah. A gray mini thief.
Right.
Just tell Dwight that Kittens was here to see him.
Kittens?
That's what he calls me. Silly, isn't it?
Rest assured that we'll tell Mr. Aswell that Kittens was here.
Did I imagine it? Or did I detect a little jealousy in that remark of yours?
Your imagination is running away with you. Dwight means nothing to me.
Of course he doesn't.
And I can assure you that Mr. Aswell is not the least bit interested in me.
He better hadn't be.
I didn't think Dwight would be attracted to you. He likes his girlfriends to be really young.
Have a nice day.
That does it. So, Dwight has been deceiving May, has he?
Oh, come
Take care
on.
of him, but good.
Come on, June, you're jumping to conclusions here.
You have to admit, she's a very pretty girl, that Dwight Aswell's Kittens.
Ma'am, give it a rest. Trust me, that girl means nothing to Dwight, and I am sure.
And how can you be so sure?
Well, yeah. Wait a minute, I've got a dirt with an idea.
Oh, Madam Zoll, you better keep away from Mr. Jackson. He's got germs.
Oh dear, I must go to my room.
Right. June. Look, I'm glad you ladies left us alone. Now let me tell you what I think of this whole situation.
Sorry, but I'm not interested. As soon as my sister returns, I shall put an end to Dwight Aswell's little game, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, come on, June. Why are you so upset with me? I haven't done anything wrong.
You just did a remarkably fine job of trying to cover up for Dwight, that's all.
Well, Dwight is my pal. Wouldn't you do the same for a close friend?
Oh, so you admit that you tried to deceive me in order to pull the wool over my eyes where Dwight is concerned?
Look, woman, I don't admit anything of the sort. I had never seen that girl before she came in here, and I have never heard Dwight speak of her.
A likely story.
Nevertheless, it's true. You do believe me, don't you, June?
No.
No? Hey, you better watch what you say, young lady. That is no way to be speaking of your future husbands.
What are you saying?
I know, I'm taken back by the whole thing, too. Look, I'm just saying, June, if you can't go around calling your future husband a liar, there'll be time for that after we're married, okay?
And whatever gave you the idea that I want a knick-knack like you for a husband?
Look, June, don't be so fussy. I'm not asking you to marry me forever, it's just for the rest of our lives. Okay?
Oh, is that all?
That's right, sweetie. Look, you and I'll get married, and I'll take you on the longest honeymoon you can imagine. How does that sound?
Like the mating call of a tone-deaf moose.
A moose? A moose, dude? Look, no one's ever called me a moose before.
I'll probably call you a lot worse before I'm through with you.
Oh, come on, June. What can I do to convince you that I'm on the level about all this? Hey, I really care.
You can go and find that philandering friend of yours, Dwight Aswell, and escort him and my sister May back to this inn.
Oh, is that it? Oh, great. Oh my, I think that's them now.
I certainly hope so. Oh, June, I've had the most wonderful time. It was just out of this world.
Hiya, Jonah. Hello, sister-to-be.
Dwight and I have a surprise for you, too. It'll make you very happy, I'm sure. What is it? Has it just been announced that they're going to let us all loose at Fort Knox with shovels donated by the government? No, of course not. Dwight and I are going to apply for a marriage license tomorrow. You're coming inside with me, young lady. I have something very important to tell you.
What's the matter with June, I wonder? Well, she seemed angry about something.
The only thing that keeps me from tearing you apart right now, as well, is the fact that there's a law against murder in this country.
What's the matter now?
Every time I let you out of my sight, you get me in hot water.
Well, you mean it's just the other way around? Oh, what trouble have you gotten me into this time?
Look, pal, thanks to you, my girlfriend just turned me down flat when I proposed to her.
Well, I didn't even know you had a girlfriend, Jonah. Well, who is she?
Well, not that it's any of your business, Dwight, but if you must know, it's June Bauer.
You actually proposed to June?
Yes, I did.
Well, you should have known June would never accept you. Why, she's an intelligent girl with a brilliant mind.
Look, Aswell, she turned me down because you and I are friends. Things would have been different if we weren't friends.
Oh, no worries, Jonah. In a few days, May and I will be married, and then we'll see what we can do with you for June.
Look, I wouldn't hold your breath, Aswell, until the day comes you marry May Bauer.
Of course I won't attempt to hold my breath. Why should I?
For the sake of those unfortunate, humble people like me, who are compelled to put up with you, Dwight, that's why.
Stop raving and tell me what all this is about.
Why didn't you tell me you had a girlfriend here?
What?
Look, you heard me, I'm not deaf. Look, you are in so bad with June Bauer, she will never let you near her sister again. You got that?
I don't understand. Jonah, what happened?
What happened, he asks me. Look, Romeo, while you were out romancing me this afternoon, a strange girl dropped in here and said that she was your girlfriend.
Oh, that's impossible. I don't know anybody here.
Well, she knows you. In fact, she says she's known you for ages, Dwight.
Well, did June hear the strange girl say that?
Yes, June heard the strange girl say that, including the fact that you always called her kittens.
Kittens? You did say kittens, didn't you?
No, I didn't, Dwight. She did.
Well, Where is the strange girl now?
Look, I got rid of her for your sake, but she insisted that she was coming back.
Well, trust you to do the wrong thing at the wrong time? What? Well, you should have made that ridiculous girl stay here. Well, then I would have a chance to defend myself in front of May and June and prove that I'd never seen said girl.
Dwight, don't you get it? The girl says she's your hero.
Well, did you think to ask her which mental institution she'd escaped from?
Well, Dwight, you can ask her that yourself when she comes back, okay?
Well, I'll do no such thing. Well, by the time I'm through with her, she'll be longing to get far away from here.
Look, all right. Look, Dwight, just answer me one question then, okay? If you don't know the girl, and you've never seen her before, how does she know your name?
Well, how should I know? I'm a stranger here.
Look, this whole thing is strange to me. I don't like a bit of it.
Well, a fine friend you turned out to be.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't suppose it ever occurred to you to tell June that the girl's an imposter and that I don't know her, huh?
Look, I told June that, and she refused to believe anything that I said.
Well,
Get it?
I'm beginning to think that June dislikes you.
Oh, really?
Yes! And since she associates me with you, well, she'll end up disliking me too.
Oh, man, you're making me tired. Look, Dwight, don't you think May should be your chief consideration right about now, huh? Why don't you forget about June?
Well, you're all wrong as usual. May simply worships me. In her eyes, I can do no wrong.
Oh, right. Okay, well, I hope so. That sounds absolutely fantastic, wonderful, beautiful. I hope so, Dwight. I hope that May continues to feel the same way about you after June gets done telling her about your current girlfriend.
You just leave May to me. You see that you stay away from her.
That is fine. I'm out of this, all right? But you know what? I wish you luck, brother, because you are going to need it.
Oh, May. Well, I was just going up to knock on your door.
Dwight, who was the girl who called here to see you?
Well, your guess is as good as mine, kittens.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No, I don't either. Well, how could somebody call here and ask for me when I don't know a soul in this neck of the woods?
But she told my sister June that she's known you for ages and that you've always been her hero.
I know.
You know that you've always been her hero?
Of course not. I mean, I know what she said because I just talked with June. And he was here when the girl called.
Well, doesn't Mr. Jackson know who the girl is?
You've never seen her before either. I can't imagine what her game is.
Dear, how can I convince June that you don't know who this girl is and that you've never even seen her before?
I'm not marrying June. I'm marrying you. I don't care what your sister believes about me.
But if Junie opposes our marriage, we might have to call it off.
Don't say such things. You and I are getting married. Come what may.
Oh, Dwight, when I'm with you, when I talk to you, everything seems so much brighter.
Now you're talking sense, kittens.
Kittens? That's another thing that my sister told me. That girl who came here to see you told June that you've always called her kittens.
Well, you're the only girl I've ever called kittens. You do believe me, don't you?
Oh, of course I do. I know that you're telling me the absolute truth.
That's my girl.
I simply must convince June of your innocence and get her to think well of you again. I'll go do it right now.
I'll be waiting for you right here. Don't be too long.
I won't be, Dwight, darling.
Dwight, so, you're back at last.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Did your friends tell you that I was here a while ago?
Oh, so you're the girl who called here looking for me, are you?
Of course. Naturally, when I found out that you were staying here, I wanted to see you again.
Look here, what's your game?
My game? You mean you don't know who I am?
I certainly do not.
But Dwight, are you? Wanda.
Oh, that's a good idea. I wish you'd wander someplace else.
You mean to tell me that you forgot your old friend, Wanda Larkin?
That name doesn't mean a thing to me.
But you and I used to go to school together. You used to call me Kitten. Remember me now?
Well, it does seem that I did know a girl named Wanda back in my school days.
I never thought you'd forget me, Dwight.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Well, I've never forgotten you. You've always been my hero, ever since you knocked George Haley down for calling me a mess.
He never called you names after that, did he?
Never. Our gang used to have such good times in those days. didn't we?
Oh, yes. I remember the snacks your mother used to fix us. On afternoons we would come home from school simply famished.
Mother will be delighted to see you again. I haven't told her that you're here. I want to surprise her.
Your mother's here with you.
Yes, the family's taking a cottage on the lake.
I can't meet your mother, Wanda. I mean, you mustn't bring her here.
But I had no intention of bringing Mother here. You'll want to come and have dinner with the family, won't you?
Oh, no, that's out.
What?
Well, you see, well, you and I mustn't see each other again.
Well, if that's the way you feel, I most certainly will stay far away from you. But I think it's most unusual for an old friend to treat another friend this way.
Well, this is a most unusual case.
I'm beginning to wish I never came at all. I wish I'd never found your old wallet.
You found the wallet I lost?
Of course. That's how I got the idea you were stopping here. I found your wallet on the sidewalk near here. I was amazed when I found your identification inside the wallet.
Did you bring it with you? The wallet, I mean?
No, it's at our cottage. I thought I'd give it to you when you come to dinner.
Well, perhaps I'll be able to sneak over later to the cottage and get my wallet.
I have no idea why you're treating me this way. I never thought I'd see this.
Someday I'll try to explain it to you. Now, please do as I ask, won't you?
I will if you ask me real nice and call me kitten.
I'm sorry I treated you as I did. Now, won't you please do as I ask? Kittens.
Of course I will, Dwight. Here's a kiss for old time's sake.
Dwight, that's what you lied to me. I heard you call that girl kitten.
You don't understand. You see, I can explain everything.
No, not to me. You can't. I'll never believe a word you say to me again.
Oh, May, stop acting so dumb. You see that?
I was dumb to believe in you. After I just thought her, I never want to speak to you again as long as I live.
No, you see.
Oh, hello, lover boy. How's everything between you and your dream girl?
Not good, Jonah. I'm beaten. Jonah?
What?
Well, everything was all right. I spoke with May, and then, well, and then...
Well, then what, Dwight?
Well, then she came.
Who is she?
I mean Wanda.
Oh, who is Wanda?
Well, she's a troublemaker, that's who she is. Well, she actually threw her arms around me and kissed me.
No kidding.
Yes, and to make matters worse, May saw her do it.
That's too bad. Wow. Oh, my.
You just gotta help me fix things with May, Jonah.
Why didn't you do this whole thing yourself? Dwight?
Because May simply won't believe a word I tell her after what she saw.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
It's simple. You just have to convince May that what she saw didn't mean a thing.
Oh, okay, right.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult for a genius like you.
So, at long last, as well, you're beginning to realize my capabilities, eh?
Oh, that's right.
This is going to take a bit of doing now, isn't it? How am I going to convince May that you are innocent of all wrongdoing?
I don't care how you do it, Jonah. Oh, just so long as you do it.
Well, have you any suggestions to make?
Of course not.
I'll have to approach her with a new angle.
I'm sure that won't be necessary.
Oh, hey, you mean I've got such a convincing manner with women that she is bound to believe every word that I say, right?
Well, yes, of course. Anybody that's been able to make up lies as fast as you've always done can convince anybody of anything.
I don't need that from you, Dwight. I am gone.
Jonah, stop thinking about yourself for once. I'm in the doghouse, and you're the only person I can depend on to get me out.
Oh, well, since you put it that way, I can hardly refuse to help you now, can I?
Oh, do you think you can?
Yeah, I got a plan. Trust me. Everything will be fine. Just
I
leave it
think
to
the
me.
mayor might be a good May.
Oh, that's May now. I don't want to face her.
Relax. Hide behind the couch. Get up. Come on. Quick. Go. Stay. Stay. Hide.
Lake should be beautiful this time of day, May.
Oh, poor Dwight. I'm afraid he's not long for this world.
That's good. He's lived too long as it is. Come along, May.
What do you mean, Mr. Jackson? Has something happened to Dwight?
He's broken-hearted. I'm afraid we'll have to drag the lake.
You mean
I'm afraid so.
Oh, can't we do something to stop him from doing away with himself?
Mr. Aswell is no concern of ours, May. After what he did to you, he certainly deserves no consideration from us.
Oh, I don't care what he's done. I can't stand by and watch him do away with himself.
Oh, I don't see why you feel as you do.
Well, how would you feel if I did away with myself for you, Junie?
Relieved.
I'm worried about Dwight. Where do you suppose he could be?
Honestly, May, I don't understand your sudden change of heart. After you saw that girl throw her arms around Dwight Aswell and kiss him, you insisted you were through with him.
But I had no idea then that he meant to drown himself.
It may interest you to know, Junie, that I can explain to May's complete satisfaction why that girl kissed Dwight today.
Yes, I'm sure that you can.
I can, but it is hard. Oh, I love that guy. Look, May, you just gotta believe me when I tell you that Dwight had no intentions of deceiving you today. No way.
But I heard him call that girl Kittens.
I know you did, and I can explain all that. You see, the girl's name is Wanda Larkin. She and Dwight went to school together years ago, and they haven't seen each other till today. Oh, they love each other so much. They're such good friends. And, oh, it was such a glorious reunion. You should have been there. Okay, you were there. But, look, he just forgot, okay?
You want us to believe that Aswell forgot a girl who he went to school with?
It's a little more complicated than that, June.
You expect us to believe that Dwight forgot this girl with whom he was so closely associated?
It would help a lot if you would.
What?
I mean, Gall, I was hoping I wouldn't have to let you in on the rest of the story, but I can see that won't work.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, poor Dwight. He's more to be pitied than blamed, you know. It's not his fault that he has suffered memory lapses ever since he was a child.
Lapses of memory, how dreadful.
Oh, it's worse than that, much worse.
But hasn't anything can be done? Hasn't he ever consulted a doctor?
Oh, look, May, his parents have searched all over the world for doctors, gentlemen who are tops in mental disorders. Nothing really does.
Couldn't they find a cure for Dwight's ailment?
I'm afraid there's no hope for a cure. You see, Dwight's brain is inferior.
His brain? What's the matter?
Poor guy. You see, Dwight's brain is about half the size of a normal human. When Dwight is exposed to severe mental strain, he suffers a complete lapse of memory. Get it? There you go.
And so am I. Dwight forgot the girl who he went to school with.
Right.
And if May marries him, the day might come when he'd forget he had a wife.
I never thought of that.
Well, I have, and we're not buying any part of Mr. Aswell. We do not have anything to do with him. Do you understand?
Now, wait a second, June.
I don't want to hear any further comments from you, Mr. Jackson. As far as my sister and I are concerned, Dwight Aswell has ceased to exist.
Really, June? I don't see how you can be so heartless.
Heartless? Because I won't allow my sister to throw herself away on a man with only half a brain. Let's go in and pack now, May.
Where are we going?
I don't care where we go, as long as we don't have to associate with these two mental cases here.
Mental case. Huh. Look, oh holy Betty Crocker woman. I'll have you know that I am not a mental case. Okay?
That's what you think. As far as I'm concerned, and judging by what I've observed of your actions, your brain is even smaller than Dwight Aswell's.
Ouch. You rat! What are you raving about, Dwight?
What do you mean by telling me that I only have a brain?
What difference does that make, Dwight? They would have figured it out sooner or later.
You ought to stay out of my affairs in the future.
Look, who are you accusing of letting again. Didn't you ask me to help you?
Well, I was certainly a fool to do that.
No, Dwight, no. You've got your tenses mixed. You mean you are a fool.
Well, I've learned my lesson. Well, I'll steer clear of you in the future.
Now, wait a second, chump. Didn't you tell me you didn't care what methods I used to clear things up between you and May?
Yes, but it didn't occur to me that you told me that I only had a brain.
Oh, you got it right here. Ouch. Oh, my. You're right. I never should have said anything like that to May.
I should say not.
I should have realized she never believed the truth about you.
Oh, that's not very funny, Jackson. I'll have you know it. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'll get even with you for having sold me out.
Dwight. Dwight.
Get away from our door! If you don't stop knocking on our door, I shall summon Miss Huff and have you thrown out of the inn.
What's the matter, Miss Bauer? Ain't you feeling well?
Tracy! I thought you were someone else.
Ain't it a pity about poor Mr. Aswell?
What do you mean?
Oh, I just happened to overhear Mr. Jackson telling you girls about Mr. Aswell only having half a brain. I'm sure Miss Huff won't let him stay as soon as she finds out he's a mental case.
You're not to say a word about this to anybody. Do you understand?
What's the matter now, Julie?
Nothing, dear.
Oh, I almost forgot what I came to tell you.
What is it, Tracy? Have you a message for one of us?
Not exactly a message. There's a funniest looking female in the lobby. She says she's come here to be with you girls.
I wonder who it could be, Judy.
I'll not wait out here another minute longer. I demand to be taken to my niece's immediately.
Oh, no, it can't be. It's Ambertine. What are we going to do?
I foresee a 10-minute.
Not looking for Dwight, of course.
Hasn't be enough trouble without worrying about that half-wit Dwight Aswell?
I can't help it, June. I still love the Dwight.
A lot of good it'll do you now that Ambertine has arrived here.
I couldn't find a trace of Dwight anywhere. For all we know, he could be dead by now.
Well, if he isn't dead now, he will be if Ambertine catches you and Dwight together.
I know. If Auntie finds out about Dwight, she won't let me speak to him again.
How I wish you and I would have left this place before Ambertine arrived here.
But I wouldn't have left without telling Dwight where I was going.
How many times do I have to tell you to forget that hill? What are we going to tell Ambertine when she wakes up?
I don't have any idea about that.
I told Ambertine that April was attending a picnic with some girls who were stopping here.
Oh, but Julie, she'll know that you storied her when she wakes up and finds that April's at that.
Don't I know it? What are we going to do, May?
Beyond me. You think we have to tell Auntie the truth that April's on her honeymoon?
Knowing Ambertine as I do, I'm sure that if we tell her April's married, our dear aunt will take steps to have the marriage annulled.
How dreadful. What would poor April do?
Do you think Ambertine would consider April's feelings in this matter?
I'm sure that she would.
And can you imagine what she'll do to us when she finds out we didn't tell her April eloped?
That's Barbara. Why did Ambertine have to follow us here?
Let's go outside, May. We've just got to think of something to tell Ambertine. Something that will explain April's absence.
Where have you been, Mr. Aswell? Oh, you're not looking very good, are you?
If I look the way I feel, I must be a sight.
Is there something that I can help you with?
Nobody can help me. I'm suffering from girl trouble.
I know. Won't she speak with you?
I can't get a chance to speak with May. Her Ambertine arrived here suddenly, and that old battle axe is a man-hater. The girls don't dare look at a man when Ambertine is around.
There must be something that we can do about this dire situation.
There ought to be, but there isn't.
Nothing is ever hopeless as long as we use our brains. There must be some way to outwit Maybauer's aunt, and I am going to find that way.
You mean you'll help me to have a chance to talk with May?
I always promote romances wherever I find them. Eureka! I have an idea.
Oh, what is it?
Yes, that's it. It could work. May's aunt won't suspect a thing. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, no, you haven't told me the plan yet.
Well, will you take all my advice and do everything I can to.
Yes, I've just got to be able to speak with May.
Then follow me and I'll tell you what I have in mind.
Where are my nieces? They're out in the garden now. Well, don't stand there gaping at me. Tell them I want to see them here immediately.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I hope that you're comfortable, Mrs. Bowers.
I'm not Mrs. Anybody. The man hasn't been born that I would even look at.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I don't see any reason why you should be.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just let me know if there's anything I can do.
Where's June?
She'll be right in, Ambertine. How are you feeling now, Ambertine? Did you have a nice nap?
When I arrived here this afternoon, you two weren't at all happy to see your aunt.
Oh, well, we were so terribly surprised, Auntie. Yes, the doctor said you'd be laid up for quite a while.
Oh, that doctor was an old fool. I never wanted him in the first place. Got rid of him in a hurry.
You did?
It's got me a female doctor. She massaged my wrist. Since it's feeling perfectly all right, I decided to join you here immediately.
Well, I hope you'll like it here, Ambertine.
Of course I'll like it here. Have you heard from your sister?
Yes, we've heard from her.
Well, where is she? When did she get back?
Well, she isn't back yet.
What do you mean she isn't back yet? Didn't May just say you heard from her?
Yes, we've heard from her.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Auntie, you see, while you were asleep, April telephoned.
One at a time. Did she say where she was calling from?
I don't know. Did she?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What? Well, April said that she was phoning from the home of a girlfriend, Auntie.
Well, who's the girlfriend?
What difference does that make, Ambertine? You wouldn't know the girl. Auntie?
I'm thinking.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I just want to know where your sister is. Would you tell me that?
Well, she's at the home of a girlfriend, like I said.
Oh, I don't know where this girl is. Can you tell me where she is? Did April tell you the name of the girl? Who she was staying with?
The girl's name?
That's what I said. Did she tell you the name of the girl that she was staying with?
No, April didn't mention the girl's name whom she's staying with, Auntie.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that when their car broke down, one of the girls in the party happened to another girl's family as a kind of candlelight, so April's spending the night there.
Well, I don't like the way you're telling this story, Meg.
I don't either, but it's the best I can do under these circumstances.
Do you know how many girls were in the party that left here with April?
I don't know. I didn't count them.
Do you know how many girls were in the party that left here with April? June?
No. I didn't count them.
You girls are just going to drive me to drink. I just want to know where your sister is.
Well, she's at a cottage on the lake.
I don't want either of you to leave here until I return. Is that clear?
Oh, does that mean that you're going someplace, Aunt?
It certainly does.
But you're not checking out of the inn, are you?
Certainly not. I'm going to go find your sister.
Oh, but Ambertine, you have no idea where she's at.
be miles away from here.
That's impossible. We know she's somewhere at a cottage somewhere on this lake.
But it's an awfully big lake, Auntie.
I intend to check every cottage on this big lake until I find your sister.
But Aunt Bertine, you'll wear yourself out.
I don't intend to retire for the evening until I find your sister and bring her back here with me.
What are we going to do now?
There's absolutely nothing we can do except wait till Aunt Bertine returns.
Oh, I'm afraid she suspects that something is wrong.
She'd have to be an awful fool not to.
Junie, I hate it to have to story that way to Auntie.
It's Aunt Bertine's own fault. She forces us to fib to her because of her ridiculous attitude. She has no right to interfere in our lives.
Oh, I know. Getting married isn't a crime. Clyde is a wonderful husband, and he's so devoted to April.
I'm sure that will be very good to her, and that they'll be very happy together.
When Auntie gets back, we'll have to tell her the truth about April.
We'll do nothing of the sort.
But June...
We promised April we'd keep her secret. If she wants to tell Auntie that she's married, she can tell Aunt Bertine herself.
Hey, dude. How you doing? Did you guys see that strange old antique who just ran out of here? Holy cow. What a strange individual.
You're talking about our auntie, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. On the level, is that old Battle Axe really your aunt?
She certainly is. And we don't care to discuss our aunt with you, Mr. Jackson.
Okay. Oh, I get it. Hey, look here, June. No need to be afraid. My proposal to marry your money, I mean you, still stands.
How very sweet of you.
Yeah, I'm a sweet guy. The longer you get to know me, the sweeter I get.
Mr. Jackson, have you seen Dwight?
No, May, I haven't seen Dwight. And to be real honest with you, I don't care where the lame brain is, okay? June, just one thing before we tie the knot, okay?
Only one thing.
That's all I can think of right now. Look, it's this. When we get married, we will have to live so far away from your Aunt Bertine that we will never have to see her, okay?
If my aunt catches you talking to us, where would you like to have your remains sent?
I like a girl with a good sense of humor. Keep it.
Junie's right. Auntie doesn't allow us to speak to boys.
Oh. Gotcha. All right. Look, hey, I understand your situation here. Don't worry about it. I see I'll just have to find some little way of getting rid of old Aunt Bertine now, won't I? Hey, leave it to me.
Has Mr. Jackson really proposed to you?
He seems to think that he has.
Well, are you going to accept him?
Certainly not.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, never mind. Oh, I wish Auntie would just go away and leave Dwight and I to work out all our problems. I'd be so happy.
The best thing you can do is forget that Dwight Aswell exists.
Oh, April!
Oh, dear Jack, I catch my breath.
I've never been so excited to see anybody in my entire life.
Neither have I.
We've been so worried. You would not believe it. Aunt Bertine arrived here unexpectedly.
Oh, did she just?
She's out now looking for you.
She won't find me.
Where's your husband?
Yes, where is Clyde? Did he bring you here?
No, worse luck. He's gone home to Mother.
What? You think he's left you so soon?
You mean you two just couldn't adjust on what did you quarrel about?
My dear sisters, have this all wrong. Clyde and I are more in love now than we've ever been. He is the dearest husband I've ever had.
But then, why did he leave you?
Because he got one of those inconvenient messages from Uncle Sam.
Wait, you and Clyde knew he was going to be drafted.
Yes, but I didn't know the date. Clyde had assured me that we'd have plenty of time for a honeymoon. Now it develops that he got his dates mixed.
What?
I My husband thought he had to appear before his draft board a week from today, but he was wrong.
Well, how did he find that out?
His mother called him last night, long distance, and told him he had to appear before his draft board today for his physical. I couldn't see staying in a hotel room all alone. So we decided that I'd come here.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you're here. Now, May and I won't have ever tea on our hands.
I can't think of anything about my husband. I miss him so terribly.
Oh, I know how you feel. You see, I'm in love too.
As soon as I find out where they sent my husband, I'm going to join him. I haven't seen him since this morning. It seems like 100 years to me.
Oh, I feel the same way about that.
You sissy! Stop crying. Why are you having me doing it too?
You girls better come quick. Most horrible thing has happened.
What is it, Tracy? What's happening?
Your aunt has fallen in the lake, and I think Mr. Jackson pushed her.
Well, Mr. Jackson, you turned out to be a regular hero.
Golly, do you think so?
Oh, yes, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. Why, it was wonderful of you to jump in the lake the way you did with all your clothes on and rescue that Miss Bauer.
Yeah, it was kind of nice, huh? Hey, you know what? I'm always happy to oblige. If you ever fall into the lake, I'd be glad to fish you out too.
Mr. Jackson, you do say the cleverest thing.
Can't help it. It's a gift.
How are you feeling today, Miss April?
Splendid, thank you.
Mr. Jackson and I were just talking about your aunt.
People usually talk about Aunt Bertine.
Well, how is she feeling today?
More quarrelsome than ever. I mean, she's perfectly all right.
Well, I was afraid that she would be laid up for quite some time after falling in the lake the way she did last night.
Oh, Aunt Bertine is so rugged, it would take more than a dip in a lake to dampen her spirits.
Miss Hop, there's a man in the lobby to see you.
Oh, a man for me. Well, I'll have to ask you to excuse me.
So, April, have you heard anything from your husband yet? Well, chin up. You know what they say, no news is good news. Hey, look, I'm a trustworthy kind of guy. Don't even think about bullets because I'm sure...
Honestly, Aunt Bertine is being more trying than she's ever been.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have fished her out of the lake like I did, eh, Judy?
It's certain that she'll never thank you for saving her.
That's okay. I did it for you, June. I wanted to convince my future bride that I'm a handy guy to have around.
Brian, how long has this been going on between you two?
You mustn't pay any attention to Mr. Jackson. He speaks to hear his own voice.
That's right. And I like the words that I say. Hello. See, I like that. What? Can you just imagine it, April? One day, my June bride, June, and I will be married. We'll live off in the middle of nowhere. We'll be rich and famous. I'll be rich and famous, okay? I'll come home from a hard day's worth of work, and she'll have a meal prepared and waiting for me. Boy, I love that. How's that sound to you?
Yes, and Aunt Bertine will be waiting to put poison in your food. Come along, April has something very important to tell you.
He loves me.
It's all right, the coast is clear.
Get up! Someone might see you! I've upset my curriculum.
bones while you're down here.
You mean like this?
That's wonderful. You look très chic.
Well, I feel afraid. Dumb.
Oh, Mr. Jackson. Friend of mine, Miss Smith. Miss Smith, meet Jonah Jackson.
Son of a what?
The name is Jackson. Jonah Jackson. Thank you.
You should change it to
You know, I just finished telling the dear girl's fortune, and would you like me to tell your fortune now, Mr. Jackson? Would you answer me, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, I'm sorry. My mind was wandering.
That's all right. I'm sure it can't wander far in the condition it's in.
Ma'am, how long do you know Miss Smith here?
Why, I just finished telling the fortune.
I bet it was all bad.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I must give Miss Hop a message. Don't go away, Miss Smith.
Are you here working on your next picture, Mr. Jackson?
Who told you that I was affiliated with a movie company?
Oh, I can tell just by looking at you. All you Hollywood hams are cut from the same cloth.
Well, I really pulled one over on you this time, didn't I?
Might as well. Oh, wow. Hey.
I'm not that funny.
You look stupid. Oh my God, special.
What are you doing? Don't you get it?
No.
It was Madame Zola's idea. I'm dressed like this so I can speak with May.
Wow, really cute, boy. Really cute. Look, why did you go through all that? You could have come found me. I would have helped you out with everything.
Well, that's what I was afraid of.
But Nancy, I just want to go out and look for April.
Oh, that's May now. Hit the road. Hurry.
Oh, brother.
I wonder where April is.
Excuse me, are you May Power?
Yes, I am, miss.
A nice young man I knew. Just asked me to deliver a message from him.
Oh, you must mean Dwight Aswad, don't you?
How did you know that I meant Dwight? Because he's the handsomest boy here.
No. You couldn't have meant anyone but Dwight. He's the only boy I've ever known.
Well, don't you know me, May?
You're Dwight.
You see, I'm dressed like this so I can get to speak with you in spite of your Aunt Bertine's presence here.
Well, be careful. Auntie's have to come down here any moment now.
Are you feeling better, Aunt Bertine?
How do you know my name?
When the girls and I often speak of you, we've become great friends.
Yes, Auntie, we've all become very good friends.
I hope you will be my friend too, Aunt Bertine.
I don't have time to make friends. My time is taken up looking after my nieces. I'm here today, I'm gone tomorrow.
Well, I can hardly wait for tomorrow to get here.
What's that?
I expect a proposal of marriage tomorrow.
Isn't it exciting, Auntie?
You know my feelings on the subject of matrimony, May.
Well, have you ever been married, Aunt Bertine?
Certainly not. Perish the thought.
How would you know you wouldn't like it?
Enough of this nonsense. May, I want you to come inside with me now.
Do I have to, Auntie?
Do as you're told. Come inside with me now.
I'll speak with you later, my dear.
I certainly hope so. Come this way.
Now, you mustn't let me detain you, madam.
Oh, that's quite all right. I have nothing special to do. And I want to clear up the mystery surrounding your presence here.
Mystery? Why, there's no mystery. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. When you signed the register, you signed it Mr. Smith?
Yes, quite. That's my name, Smith.
Then perhaps you can explain to me why your chauffeur addressed you as Mr. Aswell.
Yes, I'm afraid you've got me there, madam. Actually, my name is Clinton Aswell. I registered under the name Smith because I have a son here, and I want to know what he's up to.
Well, your secret is safe with me, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
Would you like to go to your room now, Mr. Smith?
Oh, no, thank you. You see, I'm expecting to meet someone here.
Very well. Just let me know whenever you're ready.
Certainly.
Yeah. Excuse me, miss. Would you mind opening this tree? Thank you.
You know each other.
Were you speaking to me?
Remember the last time I didn't know Mr. Smith here?
Would you like a room, miss?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm staying at the cottage on the lake. I've just come to meet my intended, Mr. Smith here. Now, Kitty, the good folks here will have to know soon enough that you and I are intended to be married.
Oh, congratulations. I hope you both will be very happy.
Oh, isn't it thrilling? Clint is going to make an honest woman of me.
Have you been married before?
Only 3 times.
3 times?
Actually, I've been engaged 3 times before, but Clint is the only man I really, really cared for. Aren't you, Dreamer?
Now, see here, madam.
Now, Clint, you remember what Dr. Ross told you the last time you had an attack?
Dr. Ross? How do you know Dr. Ross?
There isn't a thing about you that I'm not aware of, Dreambird.
Would you two care for something to eat, perhaps?
Oh, mercy, no! Clinton never eats in the middle of the day. Please be sure that Mr. Smith's food over there has half the amount of salt and he can not have any sugar.
Leave it to me.
Thank you. I want to make sure that you don't pass out before we get married. Oh, Clinton!
Will you keep that confounded fan away from me?
Well, Clinton, now I'm sorry, thinking you.
I don't give 2 hoots what anyone in this blasted place thinks of me. Now, if you 2 ladies will excuse me, I have to go give some instructions to my chauffeur. Right.
So he's gonna spy on me, is he? Well, he'll find out.
Well, I'm sure you've done a fine job. You just frightened your father away.
I'm afraid you don't know my pop.
Have you gotten a chance to speak with Faye yet?
Oh, her Aunt Bertine is still here. I haven't had much of a chance to speak with her.
Well, be patient, and I'm sure you will get a break.
But Aunt, I just want to go and look for the girls.
You're not to leave this room. Sit down.
I'm certainly getting tired of being ordered around.
Telegram for April Lauer.
I'll take that.
April, that telegram is for you.
Who's my telegram from, Auntie? I haven't any idea. I can't imagine who'd be sending you a telegram.
You better let me have it. If it's from a person I'm hoping to hear from, the shock will be too much for you.
What are you talking about, April? Do you know anything about this, Meg?
Well, I'm not sure, but I hope so.
Look, I want you to pay close attention. I don't like what's going on here. I think I'll take you 3 away from here.
You're not going to meet any place, Aunt Bertine.
And why aren't I, I'd like to know?
Because my husband won't permit it.
You're what?
This telegram is from Plaid. His draft board turned him down because of an inter-eardrum. He's coming here to get me.
You mean to tell me you're married?
That's right. And there isn't a thing in the world that you can do about it.
Excuse me, Aunt Bertine. Hi. On the subject of marriage, June and I have the same idea.
What?
Look, either you give your permission for our marriage, or I'm going to throw you back in the lake where I found you.
Here, you money-wrangling whippersnapper.
Calling Jonah names won't prevent us from getting married.
I'd say it won't. It won't?
You might have known that you couldn't keep the 3 of us single forever, Aunt Bertine.
I should say not.
Don't tell me you intend to get married too, Meg.
If I don't get married, it won't be my fault.
I think I'm in love. We're going to get married.
Excuse me.
Mr. Aswell.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
Mr. Aswell, are you related to Dwight?
I'm only his father. Now, do any of you know where that scoundrel is?
I'm right here, Pop.
Here.
What? You? I wanted to find out what you were up to.
Well, let's take first things first, Pop. I need a lot of money right away. Oh, is that job you offered me still open?
Well, of course it is, son. But what do you need a lot of money for?
Well, May and I are intended to be married.
Oh, this is too much.
You'll just have to get used to the idea, Auntie.
May is the only girl I've ever really cared for, Pop. You can't force me to marry Malvina.
Marry Malvina? I never wanted you to marry Malvina. I just suppose that if I opposed you, that's exactly what you would go out and do.
May, meet my Pop.
I'm so happy to know you, Father Aswell.
Sir, may we be married from our house?
Well, I insist. I wouldn't allow you to get married anywhere else.
Oh, great. Then we can take the girls home with us in your limousine?
Well, certainly.
Oh, wait for me. I'm going to get my things. I'm going with you.
About that job you promised me, Mr. Aswell.
You promised Jonah a job?
Yes, well, didn't you figure it out? I sent Jackson out here to keep an eye on you.
Duh. How do you think I got the money to get here? Right.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you can have your job back. But the minute you start telling me how to run my business, out you'll go.
Oh, don't worry about that, Mr. Aswell. Jonah will be so busy taking orders from me, he won't have time to get in anybody's hair.
Well, it looks like the Bauer sisters are starting a new career. Matrimony!
And this time, we'll be booked for life.